Mr. is loading up the vehicle. Got some sparkling water. Ernie passed out in the front seat. I'm looking at the Mr. car here. Sometimes life, well, just poops on you. That's just the way it is. And you know what? Oh, what a miracle life is. If you can't handle life pooping on you once in a while, you're not really enjoying life, that's for sure. All right, got a lot to do today. Gonna drive down the lake road, maybe activate the dashboard cam a little bit, think about some things as I'm traveling down the lake road to my brother's house, which ironically is the same path I take to go to work. I have a feeling that the little guys that live up there could use some worms. And you know what? That's inspiring me to make a stop where they sell the worms. All right. I wish I had a Elon Musk camera set up in my vehicle so I could videotape just the grandeur of the scenery of the Lake Winnebago to my left, but sitting here with the camera pointing out the window and driving, not a good idea. Once again, Mr. does not own the rights to any music on the Nacho Libre soundtrack, but Mr. wants to point out that watching the movie 1,888 times makes me feel that I can use this music without too much of a guilty conscience. I have purchased at least 100 copies of Nacho Libre and gave them away, kind of like the way Donald Trump is giving away Bibles right now. Because everything you need to learn about life, you could probably learn from the Bible. A lot of people would say that, and I'd be willing to kick it up a notch and say, hey, maybe you can't learn everything there is to know about life from Nacho Libre, but pretty darn close. Kindness is always the answer. Now, I'm headed down the lake road to my brother's house today for some board gaming. We're going to play the board game Vindication. That's a game where wretched, despicable, awful humans find redemption and vindication and become the heroes that they're meant to be. That sounds pretty good. Sounds pretty awesome to me. Sounds pretty poignant and powerful. It's going to be a good time. But before I do that, on the way, there is Fishtails, the local bait shop. Fishermen are going to be out in droves, probably with the nice weather coming this weekend. The baby birds in the nest above my car. Maybe I'll pick them up some worms. Who knows? But a long time ago, I had a conversation with the owner-proprietor of the Fishtail store, and I don't think he'll remember it because most people don't have a scary memory like I do, but I asked him permission if I could film on his premises, and that permission was granted. So I'm going to go in. I got some $2 bills in my wallet. I'm going to buy some candy bars for my brother's little girls. I love those girls. They are my minions. And ask them if that still stands, because there is nothing better than Fishtails. I have quite a few tales to tell. I haven't done a lot of fishing lately, but you know what? In my retirement, sky's the limit. Maybe it's time for Mr. to pick up fishing. Well, we're here. Ernie, have you ever been fishing? Can't say that I have, Mr. There's not a whole lot of water at Sesame Street. Yeah, it does seem to be kind of an urban environment, but all right. It's time for me to make good on my word, go inside the Fishtails, try to buy a couple candy bars, and see if I'm still authorized to film on the premises after all these years. All right, I just talked to Corey, the owner-proprietor of Fishtails. Like I said, when I'm retired, Garrison and we're going to be going and doing some fishing, that's for sure. Sadly, they were all out of Kit Kat candy bars. They say they will probably get some more in tomorrow, so that's exciting, but I'll be back here. hopefully to buy candy bars and tell fish tales of my own. I'm going to go play games with my brother Bryce and another gentleman named Brian. And whenever I think of fish tales, I think of another gentleman named Brian. And aren't you glad I brought that subject up?